Do you remember when Jenny McCarthy had
Yeah.
a kid and her kid had autism and she thought that autism had possibly come from vaccines, and they basically ran her out of Hollywood.
But why would they do that? What's the reason?
Money.
What do they benefit? Money.
Well,
What's
the
what
thing
I said
is,
before, money.
during the Reagan administration, the vaccine companies, pharmaceutical drug companies that are making vaccines, they said we are unable to make these vaccines if we're liable. Because if we're liable, there's too many lawsuits are going to come our way because vaccines cannot be completely safe and effective just by virtue of the mechanism in which they work. You know, you have an irritant, you have this virus, this dead virus. Your body sees the aluminum or whatever it is. It reacts to that in a negative way, and it finds the dead virus. It develops antibodies just by the way they work.
Right.
When you vaccinate an enormous amount of people, you're going to have a certain amount of people that have a negative reaction. If we have lawsuits for every person that has a negative reaction, we're going to go out of business.
Yeah.
So they made them immune. And you know what happened? Immediately they're like, well, you need a vaccine for this, and you need to get a vaccine for that. And they're
Knowing
giving
that there was no
babies
drawback.
hepatitis B vaccines.
Right.
Babies.
Right when you're born.
Right when you're born.
Right when you're born.
You know, there's also doctors that say it doesn't even really work for babies, but what you're doing is you're conditioning the parents to accept the fact that your child is going to get regularly vaccinated. I mean, my doctor, fortunately, our pediatrician wanted to put the kids on a different schedule, a slower schedule, and he didn't want them to have any vaccines until they were 2.
Your doctor in California?
Yes, and it was not like a quack. He was like, I think the way to do it, I mean, there's a schedule of vaccines your kids have to get unless you have religious exemption.
But let's not assault your children with a potential poison because everybody is different. If I take a bong hit, I might end up under the table. If you take a bong hit, you actually may feel smarter and clearer. I remember Dean Potter, who was a climber, and he was like, I stopped smoking pot for 4 months, but when I started smoking pot, I could feel the hold at 2,000 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Sheer cliff. Nothing underneath, no ropes, but I felt more confident. And for me, I go, if I took a bong hit up there, I could be 4 feet up and be freaking out.
Right. It's different for everybody.
Because everybody has different brains. It's like psychopharmaceuticals. Let's just give them all lithium or let's give them all that. You have to experiment. And the idea of experimenting with that shit is super scary.
It is. It is super scary. And it's also super scary when you're not liable for any of the repercussions. And you're just pushing it on people because you're a corporation. And corporations just want to make money. Their thing is just unlimited growth.